If you plant regular vegetables this week, you'll lose your harvest to the first frost. We all recognize that sound, the sound of a frozen stem breaking. The leaves are becoming black. That is the switch that kills nature. But if you don't pay attention to the unique biological warning sign I'm about to show you, your skin will be significantly less strong in the winter. This is called rapid cellular decay. You can't just plant yourself again next spring like you can with a tomato plant. Please take a good look at this. Get closer, past the pore, past the wrinkle, and down to the framework that holds your face together. What happens when that stretch breaks? That's called collagen collapse. And once that light becomes red, the harm is usually permanent. Someone is messing with us. The $300 facial creams are on the left side of the aisle, the miracle serums. That's what I call hope in a jar. Chemistry that is dead is sitting on top of skin that is dead. That's a red X. It's a falsehood meant to deter you from stopping your own aging. But what about the right side? The side that no one talks about? There's a tray of something that appears like a decoration, just little green stalks that are quite weak. But this isn't a salad. This is a way for nature to heal itself that has been around for 400 million years. The industry wants to offer you a quick fix, but nature made a whole new system. I'm going to show you 15 unique plants that mess with your biological clock. These are not full-grown veggies, but living energy sources. We're going to skip digestion and go right to fixing cells. But I need to give you a fair caution right now, and I need you to hear this before you do anything. Let's discuss about plant number 12. Don't skip to it. Don't make any guesses. Plant number 12 is the most potent instrument in this whole technique, but it has a fuse. What if you pick it too late, like 48 hours? It doesn't just cease working. It gets bad for your skin. It goes from being a cure to becoming a poison. A lot of individuals don't know this. They think becoming older is unavoidable. They believe that the decline is the default. But the spring of youth isn't just a story. It's true. It was picked too soon. Okay, let's get your hands filthy. We are beginning with plant number 1. And I want you to get rid of whatever mental pictures you have of gardening or salad. This isn't about making a good side dish. This is about building. I'm talking about sunflower shoots. Now, picture how much energy it takes for a seed to break through the ground. That force that makes things explode? That's not just growth. That is raw, focused data on structures. You aren't eating a vegetable when you harvest this plant at the microgreen stage, which is normally around day 10. You are eating the plans for a gigantic... I like to nickname this one the dermis structural engineer. I didn't come up with the notion by myself. History got to it first. The Aztec royal family lived a long time ago. These guys were focused with becoming physically flawless and strong. They only ate these shoots before heading into war. Not because they tasted delicious, which they do, kind of nutty and different, but because they thought it would make their skin impregnable. They didn't own any microscopes, they didn't know why it worked, they just knew that eating this made them less likely to shatter. Today, we know the why. And it's kind of scary how right the Aztecs were. There are 2 things that matter: phytosterols and long chains of linoleic acid. I want you to say this with me, because it will save you a lot of money on creams. Linoleic. Linoleic acid is the main fatty acid that makes up the outer layer of your skin. It's the waterproofing. It's the shield. Your skin has cracks in the armor when you don't have enough of this. Moisture escapes, irritants enter, and you appear fatigued. You appear to be older. Most people use lotions to put this substance on their faces, but the molecule is typically too large to get through. It just sits there, oily and not useful. But what about when you eat a sunflower shoot? You are bringing the supply drop from inside. And get this little stem, which seems weak and fragile, has 28% quality protein by weight, more than some slices of hamburger meat. It is a live, thick brick of protein. So, what happens when you add this cellular architect to your system? First, it starts working on the barrier. Modern dermatology publications are finally catching up. They've established that phytosterols really do look like cholesterol in your skin barrier. They fill in the gaps. You start to observe a plumping effect within 24 hours of eating it. And I'm not exaggerating. It's not magic. It's keeping water in your body. You are closing the tank. Your skin cells are like bricks in a wall. The cement between the bricks wears away over time because of the wind and rain, the tension and the sun. The wall starts to fall apart then. That's drooping. The mortar is made of sunflower stalks. They are the new cement. They keep the structure together so it doesn't fall down. Now, I need to take a breath, because what I'm about to tell you, honestly, it makes my blood boil. This is the part of the video where I usually get an email from a legal team, but I don't care anymore. You deserve to know the math. The skincare industry, the giants, the ones with the glossy magazine ads and the celebrity spokespeople, they have a dirty secret. They know exactly how powerful these compounds are. They know about the phytosterols. They know about the enzymes. So, what do? They take the extract from plant number 2, which we are about to get to, and they put it in a bottle. A beautiful, heavy glass bottle. And they charge you $150 for it. But here is the scam. They dilute it. They water it down by 99%. You are paying $150 for water, glycerin, and a whisper of the active ingredient. Just enough so they can legally put the name on the label, but not enough to actually change your biology. I'm going to show you the concentration threshold that actually works. I'm going to show you how to grow the medical grade version in your kitchen for pennies. The number, the difference in potency. It will piss you off. It should piss you off. Look, I'm holding a tray of broccoli microgreens right here. This tray cost me maybe 50 cents to grow. The extract inside it is worth hundreds if you bought it at a cosmetics counter. If you are tired of being lied to, if you are sick of billion-dollar corporations profiting from your aging and selling you diluted hope, do me a favor. Smash that like button right now. Not for me. Do it to beat their algorithm. They don't want this information getting out because it hurts their bottom line. Let's make sure it gets out anyway. Let's force the system to show this to everyone. Okay, let's talk about the heavy artillery. If the sunflower shoot is the architect that builds the wall, plant number 2 is the armed guard that stands in front of it. We are talking about broccoli microgreens. And before you roll your eyes and say, I eat broccoli, I'm fine, stop. You are wrong. You are chemically wrong. There is a massive biological difference between the broccoli you buy in the produce aisle and the microgreen I'm talking about. This isn't about vitamins. This is about a compound called sulforaphane. Now, that's a bit of jargon theater, I know. It sounds like something from a chemistry lab. But here is what you need to know. Sulforaphane is a bomb. It is a biological explosive that targets inflammation and oxidative stress. But here's the catch. When broccoli grows up, when it becomes that big, thick stalk with the bushy head that takes 90 days to mature, it uses up most of its energy. It gets lazy. The concentration of the good stuff drops. But the microgreen, the 7-day-old sprout, it contains 40 times more sulforaphane than the mature vegetable. 40 times. Let that sink in. You would have to eat 40 pounds of regular broccoli, a literal wheelbarrow full, to get the same anti-aging impact as a small handful of these sprouts. Why would you wait 3 months for less medicine? It makes no sense. In just 7 days, you harvest a compound that does something incredible. It upregulates your NRF2 pathway. I want you to think of the NRF2 pathway as a master switch in your home's fuse box. Usually, it's off. Your body is just humming along, taking damage from the sun, from pollution, from stress. When you eat these greens, specifically when you chew them and break those cell walls that sulforaphane hits your system and flips the NRF2 switch on, suddenly, your body isn't just taking the hit, it's fighting back. It floods your cells with antioxidant enzymes. It starts scrubbing out the debris. It protects your collagen from being eaten away by UV rays. It is the closest thing we have to a wrinkle eraser in the natural world. And the best part? It doesn't wash off. You can wash your face, you can sweat, you can swim. The protection is in your DNA now. It's running through your blood. Most people are walking around with this switch turned off, buying creams to paint over the rust. I'm handing you the key to turn the generator back on. But remember what I said at the beginning. This is powerful chemistry. We are hacking the system. And as we move down this list, the plants get more potent and the timing gets more critical. Because we are approaching the danger zone. We are getting closer to that toxicity threshold I warned you about. You've got the architect. You've got the eraser. But you are not ready for plant number 3 unless you understand how to control the dosage. We are picking up the pace now. You have the foundation, but now we need to clear the debris and turn on the lights. We are entering the rapid fire round. 2 plants, 2 minutes. Massive impact. Plant number 3 is the radish microgreen. If you've ever bitten into a radish sprout, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It has heat. It has a spicy kick that hits the back of your throat. That isn't just flavor. That is the plant screaming at you. That heat is a chemical signal. Most people eat the bulb, the big red crunchy thing, in a salad. It's fine. It's water and fiber. But the microgreen, it is a condensed cleaning agent. It contains 30% more vitamin C than the fully grown vegetable. But the real magic isn't the vitamin. It's what it does to your filtration system. Think of your skin as a window. If the room inside is full of smoke, the window looks dirty no matter how much you scrub the glass from the outside. That smoke comes from your liver. When your liver is backed up with toxins, processed sugar, and stress hormones, it purges that trash through your skin. That's acne, that's dullness, that's inflammation. The radish microgreen is the detoxifier. It turns your liver into a factory that shreds toxins. It clears the smoke from the room so the window your skin actually looks transparent again. It's internal skincare, and once the glass is clear, you need to light it up. That brings us to plant number 4, the glow maker, red cabbage microgreens. I know, cabbage sounds boring. It sounds like peasant food. But look at the color of the sprout. It isn't green, it's a deep electric purple. In nature, purple is expensive. Purple costs energy. That color comes from anthocyanins. You usually hear about these in blueberries. But are you going to eat a pound of blueberries a day? No. The sugar content alone would spike your insulin and age you faster. Red cabbage microgreens are the cheat code. Listen to these numbers, because they are ridiculous. Compared to the mature head of cabbage you buy for $2, the microgreen has 6 times more vitamin C. That's great. But the vitamin E, 40 times more vitamin E. Vitamin E is the skin vitamin. It's the one that protects cell membranes from oxidative stress. It's what gives you that dewy look that makeup artists try to fake with highlighter. When you eat this, you aren't painting the glow on. You are building it. You are flooding your capillaries with circulation-boosting compounds. So, you have radish to clean the glass, and red cabbage to turn on the light behind it. But I have to stop the hype train for a second. Because all of this success I'm talking about, I didn't find it because I'm a genius. I found it because I failed. Hard. I want to get real with you for a minute. I know I sound confident right now. I'm throwing stats at you. I'm telling you how to hack your biology. But 2 years ago, I was a mess. I was desperate. I looked in the mirror and I saw the lines deepening, the texture getting rough. I panicked. And like a lot of you, I tried to buy my way out of it. I bought into the hype of a vegan retinol serum that was trending all over social media. I won't name the brand because I don't want a lawsuit, but you've seen it. It cost me $1,200 for a 3-month supply. $1,200. I thought, if it costs this much, it has to work. I applied it religiously. And week 1, it tingled. I thought it was working. By week 2, my face was on fire. My skin barrier didn't just thin out, it surrendered. I was red, raw, and peeling. I looked 10 years older than when I started. I have a photo from that time. I don't like showing it. It's embarrassing. My face looks inflamed, angry, and tired. I was stripping away the only protection I had. That was my rock bottom. I realized I was paying a premium to destroy myself. That is when I found plant number 5, red amaranth. I didn't plant it for skincare initially. I planted it because it's beautiful. It's this vibrant fuchsia-colored sprout. But then I researched the botany. I saw results in 72 hours, 3 days. The redness from the chemical burn started to fade. The texture came back. Why? Because amaranth is loaded with lysine. Now, if you remember high school biology, you know lysine is an essential amino acid. But do you remember what essential means? It means your body cannot make it. 0. You either eat it, or you don't have it. Here is the kicker. Lysine is required for collagen synthesis. We talk about collagen all the time like it's a product. Buy collagen powder. Drink collagen water. But your body doesn't absorb collagen. It makes it. It weaves it together from raw materials. Think of it this way. Collagen is the building. It's the skyscraper. But lysine is the construction crew. You can dump all the steel and glass, the protein and vitamins on the construction site that you want. But if the crew isn't there to bolt it together, you just have a pile of junk in a vacant lot. That $1,200 serum was trying to paint a building that was falling down. The Amaranth brought in the crew to bolt the frame back together. It saved my skin, literally, and it cost me about $3 in seeds. So, I have a question for you, and I want you to be honest. We are halfway through the list, and we are approaching the danger zone. Plant number 12 is coming up soon. But right now, looking at what we've just covered, where do you stand? Are you looking for the structural repair? Do you need the heavy construction crew of the Amaranth to fix a damaged barrier? Or are you looking for the glow? Are you chasing the chemical exfoliation and the detox of the broccoli and radish? I want you to pick a team. Drop a comment below right now. Just type Team Repair or Team Glow. I want to see what we are dealing with. I reply to every gardener who is actually serious about their health, so let me know what your skin is hungry for. Because what comes next, plant number 6, is going to change how you think about sugar forever. Okay, I can hear the objections already. I can hear you thinking it. This sounds great, but I live in an apartment. Or I don't have a backyard. Or the classic, I kill everything I touch. Stop. That is a limiting belief the grocery store wants you to have, so you keep paying $8 a pound for vegetables that have been dead for 2 weeks. We are entering the speed and space section of the list. Plants 6 through 11. These aren't just plants. They are tenants that pay rent, and they don't need a farm. They need a windowsill and a 5-inch plastic tray. Let's start with plant number 6, wheatgrass. I know. You're picturing a yoga studio in 2004. You're picturing a shot of green slime that tastes like lawn clippings. But we aren't drinking it for the taste. We are doing it for the abscisic acid. This is the unsung hero of anti-aging. Abscisic acid acts as a localized anti-inflammatory. You know that puffiness you get under your eyes when you didn't sleep? That low-grade swelling in your cheeks. That is inflammation. Wheatgrass tells the fire department to go home. It calms the tissue down so the repair crews can actually work. Next up, plant number 7, cilantro. This is a controversial one. Some people hate the taste, but biologically, it is a heavy metal magnet. Think about the air you breathe, the exhaust fumes, the mercury in the tuna you ate for lunch. Heavy metals accumulate in your cells. They sit there and they vibrate, disrupting your DNA replication. They cause mutations. Cilantro binds to these metals. It grabs them. It pulls the mercury out of your cells and escorts it out of your body. It is cellular janitorial work. If you want clear skin, you have to take out the trash first. Moving to plant number 8, basil. Not the big leaves you put on a pizza, the microgreen. We live in front of screens. You are looking at one right now. Your phone, your laptop, they emit radiation and blue light that causes oxidative stress in the dermis. Basil is loaded with 2 compounds, orientin and vicinin. These are flavonoids that shield cell structures from radiation damage. It is internal armor for the digital age. You can wear blue light glasses for your eyes, but you need basil for your skin. Plant number 9, the beet. This is the blood builder. You know that look when you've just gone for a run? That healthy flush? That is circulation. That is blood delivering oxygen to the surface. As we age, our capillaries shrink. We get pale, we get sallow. Beet greens act as a vasodilator. They open up the highways. They increase circulation to the dermis, so you get that blush look without needing to cake on makeup. It's the difference between looking alive and looking preserved. Plant number 10, kale. The classic, the king of the health world. But here is the secret. Mature kale is tough. It's hard to digest. Your body spends half its energy just breaking down the fiber. The microgreen, it's tender. And the lutein content, which protects skin elasticity, is bioavailable immediately. You don't have to fight the plant to get the medicine. And finally, plant number 11, mustard. We touched on this earlier, but I'm bringing it back because it is the metabolic fire starter. It creates heat. It wakes up the metabolism of the skin cells themselves. Now, look at this list. Wheatgrass, cilantro, basil, beet, kale, mustard. You can grow all 6 of these on a single windowsill. While your neighbors are driving to Whole Foods to buy plastic-wrapped sadness, you are harvesting fresh, living medicine in your kitchen. But stop. Stop everything. Because we have arrived. I told you at the start of this video that there was a danger. I told you there was a line you shouldn't cross if you don't know what you're doing. We are at plant number 12, I need you to listen to me very carefully. Adjust your volume. Focus. The plant I'm holding right now is buckwheat lettuce. In the world of vascular health, this is a superfood. It is legendary. It contains a compound called rutin. Rutin is incredible. It strengthens the walls of your blood vessels. It prevents spider veins. It stops that translucent look old skin gets where you can see every vein underneath. It makes your skin look thick, robust, and youthful. However, there is a dark side to this plant. Buckwheat contains a secondary compound called phagopyrin. Phagopyrin is a phototoxic agent. If you eat too much of this, or more importantly, if you harvest this plant after it flowers, that phagopyrin concentration spikes. And do you know what happens when you have high levels of phagopyrin in your system and you step into the sunlight? You burn. I don't mean a regular sunburn. I mean an intense, prickly, deep tissue itching and burning sensation. It creates extreme photosensitivity. It's called phagopyrism. Imagine trying to heal your skin, eating a healthy salad, stepping outside, and feeling like your face is on fire. That is the betrayal of plant number 12. But you can hack it. You have a 48-hour window. Between day 7 and day 9 of the grow cycle, the rutin, the good stuff, is high, and the phagopyrin, the poison, is low. This is the sweet spot. This is the gold. If you harvest here, you get the vascular repair without the burn. But if you get lazy, if you wait until day 10 or day 11 because you forgot, nature will punish you. Nature commands respect. You cannot just blindly consume. You have to participate in the cycle. Now, I know that sounds intense. You might be thinking, is this worth the risk? You don't have to take my word for it. Look at this. This is a DM I got last week from Sarah in Ohio. She was skeptical. She's a mom of 3, doesn't have time for complex routines. She had terrible rosacea red, inflamed cheeks that nothing could fix. She started with plant number 7, the cilantro, and plant number 1, the sunflower. Look at the message. I've been on antibiotics for my skin for 2 years. I started the greens on Monday. By Friday, the heat in my face was gone. My husband asked me if I changed my makeup. 5 days. That isn't a miracle. That is biology doing what it is designed to do when you stop feeding it trash and start feeding it code. I want to see your results. I'm serious. When you start this, tag me at Grow Lazy with your harvest. I feature one serious gardener in every video because I want to prove that this isn't just for experts. It's for anyone who is done being a victim of their own aging. We are in the home stretch. We have survived the danger zone. Now we need to finish the protocol. Plant number 13. Arugula. You know it as the peppery stuff in fancy salads. But as a microgreen, it is a glucosinolate powerhouse. And more importantly, it is 90% water. But not just tap water, structured biological water. When you drink a glass of water, most of it passes right through you. But the water inside a plant cell, it is bound to fiber and nutrients. It absorbs slowly. It hydrates the skin from the deep layers up. If you have dry, flaky patches, arugula is your internal moisturizer. Plant number 14, chia. Yes, the stuff you used to grow on clay pets in the 90s. People put chia seeds in pudding, but they rarely grow them out. That is a mistake. When you sprout chia, you unlock a massive profile of omega-3 fatty acids. Your skin cell membrane, the outer shell of the cell, is made of lipids, fats. If you don't eat enough high-quality fats, that membrane gets rigid. It gets crunchy. That means nutrients can't get in, and waste can't get out. Chia sprouts keep that membrane fluid. They keep it soft. They are the oil in the engine. Without this, all the other nutrients we talked about just bounce off the cell wall. And that brings us to the end. The final plant. I saved this for last because, honestly, if you ignore everything else I've said today, if you are too lazy to grow 15 plants, if you only have space for 1 jar, this is the one. Plant number 15. Pea shoots. Look at them. They are beautiful. Big, tenderly, unfolding like little vines. I call these the stem cell activator. Here is the science that the high-end beauty clinics don't want you to fully understand. There is a specific extract from the garden pea Pisum sativum that is patented. It is used in creams that cost $400, $500, $600. Why? Because it has been proven to protect epidermal stem cells. Your skin has a limited bank of stem cells. These are the master builders. They create new skin. When they die, you stop regenerating. You start looking like leather. Most people are spending hundreds of dollars on stem cell creams. But think about it. Those stem cells in the jar are dead. They are processed. They are preserved. But when you grow a pea shoot, you are harvesting the plant at the exact moment it is using its own stem cells to explode into a vine. The life force is active. The enzymes are firing. When you eat this, you are transferring that potential energy into your own system. If you do nothing else, if you ignore the buckwheat, ignore the radish, ignore the warnings, just grow pea shoots. They take 10 days. They taste like fresh snap peas. And they are the only thing on this list that directly targets the longevity of your skin's regeneration engine. So, here is the brutal truth. Aging isn't a mistake. God didn't design you to fail. Aging is just a process of oxidation and inflammation. It is rust. You have two choices. Option A. You can wait for the rust to happen and then pay a corporation thousands of dollars to try and sand it off with chemicals and lasers. You can buy the cure. Option B. You can grow the prevention. I want you to leave this video with a plan. Don't just consume this content and scroll to the next cat video. The checklist. 1. Start with sunflower. Build the structure. Fix the barrier. 2. Add broccoli. Scrub the cells. Exfoliate chemically from the inside. 3. Finish with pea shoots. Protect the stem cells. Keep the engine running. It is that simple. Structure, exfoliation, protection. I'm standing here in my indoor garden, and I'm looking at pounds of food that cost me pennies. This is freedom. I have compiled a year-round anti-aging garden calendar. It tells you exactly when to plant what, so you have a perpetual harvest, so you never run out of the drug. I can't force you to use it. I can't force you to care. The skincare lobby hopes you scroll past this. They rely on your apathy. They bank on the fact that you are too tired to grow your own solutions. They want you dependent. Don't give them the satisfaction. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Don't do it for me. Do it to prove that you are done renting your health and you are ready to own it. This video might disappear if the wrong people see it. I'm not joking. The algorithm hates holistic health. Join the resistance now. Grow something green, and I'll see you in the garden.